Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Last time, we explored Macalania. This time, hello. Yay, we start to learn Blaster from this guy. We are in Besaid, by the way, in the cave. There are other places I think you can run into this guy, but we're just going to sit around here until eventually he uses Blaster on all of the girls, and then move forward. I won't be doing this on screen because it's probably going to take too long, but anyway, I just figured I'd get this while I had some time off screen there. And are you going to do it again? No, you're going to cast water again. Well, if he uses it on pain, we'll fight the whole battle. If not, then I will cut to where we're actually going to go. Hey, look at that. I'll take that. Less editing is a good thing.
That was close.
To an extent, anyway. But yeah, we can learn Blaster from that guy. Here, we're just in the cave here in Besaid. So anyway, I will be cutting anyway, since there's no save point around here. So, bye. And we're back. Today, yeah, if you just go to random places, they don't have anything particularly interesting to say. It's only after just coming back from a mission that they say unique aspects, at least as far as I know. But anyway, last time we did Macalania. This time, let's do probably the largest, at least percentage-wise, section in the entirety of the first chapter. And that would be Mushroom Rock. Again, approach Mushroom Rock from the airship, not from running in from the high road. Because we want to get these guys to show up.
Creeps again.
Maybe there's a sphere here.
There's always a sphere.
It's our turn to do the following.
Oh, so we're going to stalk them now. Makes us about as smart as them, I guess.
Good to see you again, Lady Yuna. You haven't forgotten me, have you?
Now, coming from just playing Final Fantasy X, you'll look at this guy and go, who the hell are you? The only place we've seen this guy before is in Final Fantasy X, Another Story. And yeah, he was the guy who showed up. You have to select this one. Luckily, with all of these options where you're trying to remember people, they don't actually force you to remember them. You just have to say you remember them.
You're in the Youth League.
And you're good to go.
You really do remember me. I am truly honored, Lady Yuna. Since that day we first spoke, the Youth League has been conducting a sphere hunt of its own. We, the Youth League! Klasko, take it from here.
We, the Youth League, to better our understanding of Spira's past, vow to remain vigilant in our search for ruins and spheres.
Okay.
Oh, that's enough! Those two guys are getting away.
Did LeBlanc's men pass through here?
Yes, they said they're here to take care of our fiend problem. You see, the Youth League is in preparation for an important operation, leaving our patrols short-handed. As a result, the road to headquarters has been overrun with fiends. Be warned, unless you can defeat the fiends on the road, you will not be able to pass. So, are you ready to run the gauntlet?
Here's another one of those things. If you look at the 100% complete guides, they'll say that you're supposed to accept it, but you're also supposed to talk to Klasko first, which is somewhat confusing just in the way it's phrased, but always, 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 always say yes first. I know I kind of screwed that up in the, the digging game where I said no. I don't think that particular instance affects things, but I reloaded to fix that and, of course, the screw up that we had there anyway. But always
Understood.
select yes.
Expect to encounter fiends until you reach the vicinity of the lift. Fight your way through them and proceed to headquarters. That's it. Good luck.
Sure thing.
Klasko? Klasko, show them the way.
Of course. This way, please.
Yeah, let's hunt some fiend.
Okay, Riku, I'm not talking to you anymore, not when you're going to be strange. Another thing that's somewhat difficult to kind of understand from a lot of the guides I've seen is a lot of the guides will say there's a treasure chest behind the statue, and for the life of me, I could not figure out where the hell they were talking about. Well, yeah, if they said where the Masamune was in Final Fantasy X, I would have known exactly where they were talking about right away. But the statue, there's statues all over the place around here. Sometimes they also say it's just past the lift, and, well, here's one lift, and there's another lift right through the next part of the door. So yeah, it can be somewhat confusing. I found that this seems to work for me. Would have been nice if they gave Yaibel like a unique portrait or a unique sprite so that he doesn't look like every other random person we've already seen before. So let's pass in here before moving on. Make sure to talk to Glasgow.
You seem down.
Well, a lot has happened since you brought us the calm. I ended up following Captain Lucille. When she joined the Youth League, so did I. But I'm still stuck playing tour guide. Ugh. You know, all I want is to ride on a chocobo faster than the wind!
Yeah, the thing is, they put into canon, I guess, you telling Glasgow to stay with the Chocobo Knights. Because I believe in the previous LP for Final Fantasy X, I told him to be a Chocobo breeder, and he ends up doing something else. But I guess canon is choosing the other option, which I did not choose.
You know, all I want is to ride on a chocobo.
Oh, shut up. But anyway, you need that line of dialogue in order to get yourself 100%, so don't forget about that. Mission time! I don't like this mission. There are fiends, and they attack more often under the cover of fog, which is really annoying because as soon as the fog comes out, the screen gets really, really dark. Alright, we'll kill him first. I was going to turn this into something else, but I don't know if he still uses the ability I want him to use if he oversouls, so we'll just kill him outright. And we'll run into him in another battle, and then we'll do what I was originally planning to do the first time we ran into Bully Cap. Bully Cap, 94 HP, 376 if they oversoul. They are weak to fire. The red elementals are weak to ice. I think we've already seen them before, though. There's only one other enemy around here that you're likely to run into. And that's the doggy. So let's take care of the trash around here, which is those two. And then Brainstorm. Then everybody wants to become a gun mage.
These aren't your everyday bang bang kind of bullets.
We've seen this strategy before. There we go. So we get the transformation in. Good. Now we play the waiting game. Hurry up and use it. That's not the right one. Are you using that on yourself? You are. Okay, that's fine. Now, will you be kind and please heal me? That would be very, very nice of you. White High Wind is the ability we want to learn. If eventually he will use it on us. Unfortunately, he did not, so I'm going to have to switch back. And let's see here. Hit him with Brainstorm once again. There is one other new enemy in here, and you could run into him. It's a Tonberry, and Tonberries have a lot of HP. In fact, he's got 9,999 HP. He has no weaknesses. He has 39,000. You gonna cast it on me? No, you're not. Okay. 39,996 when he oversouls. For the most part, not really worth fighting, but I don't think they're really all that difficult either. There we go. We finally learned it. Yeah, I had to cut there because I was just getting tired of waiting for him to actually cast White Wind on me. Now, what's interesting about White Wind is, depending on which guide you look at, some say that White Wind restores 1/8 of your maximum HP. Other guides say it restores 3/8 of your maximum HP to all party members. And I think all of them claim that it restores status from sleep, silence, darkness, poison, confusion, and berserk. So it's a really nice ability to get early in the game if you don't want to grind up for your white magic spells. You don't even really have to. I mainly set those up in case I want to use them so I don't have to run and do it later. or so that I can heal in the menu, because you can't use White Wind in the menu. So yeah, as soon as it gets darker, you'll be able to, or you'll have a higher chance of running into battles, but the thing is, you can't really see. You may want to just stand still when it gets dark so that you don't have to worry about it. The other thing that you can do is you can stop moving. You could also put in no encounters and then not have to worry about battles at all. So there's also that.
Yuna, marimas.
But yeah, now that we got that, we should be good to go. The rest of the enemies around here, like, it's basically these three in the Tonberry, so I will be cutting the remaining battles that are not Tonberries. In fact, I don't think I ever fought the Tonberry last time I was here. He's not as dangerous as you would expect him to usually be right now. Wait a minute. That wasn't here before. And yes, this one wasn't here before. This is really somewhat difficult to navigate with the fog showing up all the time because it gets dark and you can't see. So over here is a little passage that doesn't have a treasure today, but sometimes it will. Yeah, maybe we'll stop for a quick second while the fog is active there, because as you can see down here, it is basically impossible to see when it gets really, really foggy. And it's very easy to miss treasure chests when you do this. So anyway, this particular screen is the bane of my existence because it jumps through that screen transition there and changes the camera angle. Now, a lot of the time in this game where the camera angle changes, you can just keep holding the directional button you were holding, and you'll continue going in the direction that you should want to go. So if I hold down to go through the transition down there, and then it switches so that I need to go right in order to keep going on with, continue on to the next screen, most of the time it'll just continue on naturally. Unfortunately, this particular transition doesn't always work that way, and sometimes you'll get stuck in a cycle of going back and forth between the same two screens like 4 or 5 times, and it's really irritating. And that was a good time to have to cut some stuff out. Nope, I'm going to go this way because it was too dark to move anyway. To get another treasure chest here, there are a total of 9 items you can obtain here. How many do I have now? We got a bunch of them anyway. I will have to keep track. Okay, I think I missed an item back there somewhere. There's nothing else over here. Okay. Yeah, I think I missed one, unless I got the Turbo Ether. I'm looking at the treasure list at the moment, and I'm not... I don't remember grabbing that one, but then again, I never really pay attention to what...
This one ain't no good!
I get out of treasure
Nor
chests.
this one.
What are you guys doing?
What are you doing?
Let's get out of here. We must inform the boss.
Of what? Game?
Hey, they dropped something. Finders keepers.
Okay. Crimson Sphere 9. Now, you could do something with that, but there's no real need
long
to.
time no see. Remember me?
Hard to forget.
Glad to hear it.
How have you been?
I joined up with the Youth League, and that's been keeping me pretty busy.
Oh, I'm a sphere hunter now.
Ah, that sounds great. Trying out a new way of life. Actually, Passe's a sphere hunter now too. He's the leader of the Kinderguardians. Be nice to him if you see him.
How's Isaru?
The Youth League discovered this place, you know. It's called the Den of Woe. It was sealed around the time of Operation Mihen.
Okay.
And Isaru?
Somebody's ignoring the subject, isn't he?
But, the seal can supposedly be broken with the right combination of spheres.
Interesting lock.
I'm afraid this place is off limits until we can conduct a more thorough investigation. So, I'll, have to ask you to leave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid the subject. Now, I believe, if I remember correctly... Talk to Glasgow. Yeah, come talk to you again, I believe.
This place is off limits. Please leave.
I'm not sure why, but a number of guides list...
Isaru.
There we go.
He hasn't changed a bit. This place is off limits. Please leave. Isaru. He hasn't changed a bit.
Okay, so I think we've gotten all the lines of dialogue
This place is off limit.
out of him.
Isaru.
Okay, but yeah, you can insert the Crimson Sphere in there, but I wouldn't do it yet. Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. Normally, like if you keep holding the button, I keep holding the button there, and I was able to go right through the transition. But sometimes it'll change the camera angle, and you'll go like that, and just, you know, go moving backward again for some reason. Anyway, enough of that. That's kind of the side event that you have to do. Let's hit that. Start running back in the dark. I can't see anything. Now, I believe, so that's one treasure chest. And then this was 2. There is a third one down here. Okay. Oh, and so this treasure chest. So we got all 3 of them down here. Never mind. I know what I'm talking about. So anyway, now that we've done that, we can continue on with the mission that we were given, which is to come over here. Now, it looks like you could jump over here, but you can't. So, whatever, I guess. Kind of odd that they leave little things like that it looks like you can do something, but you can't. Oh, hello. Chef's knife. Yeah, he's got a lot of HP. You can deal a decent amount of damage to him, but his chef's knife is not like an instant kill attack like it normally would be. So you can kill him. He's not too difficult, but it does take a while because he's got a lot of HP. So we'll turn on fast forward for that. But yeah, for the most part, not really much to worry about. He doesn't deal enough damage to really be afraid, and he walks back and forth so slowly that he doesn't even really do that much damage. But yeah, eventually you can finish him off, and he gives decent amount of experience and money, but yeah, other than that, nothing too really to note about him. I already went over his stats there. Alright. I'm just waiting after pretty much every battle so that the screen brightens up so that we can actually see where the hell we're going. But yeah, there's not much really to this mission. It's just fight some enemies, and you don't even have to fight any enemies. Basically, we get here, and that's pretty much the extent of the mission. There's not much left to it. There used to be a bunch of side areas around here, like to the left there, that you could go and collect some items, but they've changed kind of the setup around here, and so...
Oh, wow. Lady Yuna.
So you can't really do it anymore.
Elma. It's been so long. Wow, you've really changed.
How are you?
Never better. Now that I'm in the Youth League, I've always got something to do. Hey, you made it past all the fiends. Nice work. Go on, step aside.
Right away, Captain.
She's a captain now. It used to be Lucille who was the captain.
Wow, look at you.
Not bad, huh?
And yeah, that's the extent of that mission there. And for doing that, we get the glass buckle and the Heart of Flame garment grid. Now, go past these guys. Wait for the camera to catch up. There we go. Yeah, the camera does not like to behave, and you still do not open a treasure chest that way, you know? But anyway, there we go. Hello. So we'll go talk to Commander Lucille, who's no longer a captain. She's gone up in this world, I guess. Sometimes I think there's a treasure on the lift, or maybe I'm thinking of 10. I don't remember anymore. My brain gets confused with this game. There's too many treasure chests and too many spots on the same maps. So... Anyway, now that we've done that, we can go over here and yeah, the arrow's there, which means
This is
story
Youth League headquarters.
time.
The Youth League was formed a year ago by people who opposed New Yevon. Its members claim that in the hands of New Yevon, Spira would only repeat its past mistakes. Their leader is a former Crusader named Nuge. Apparently, he earned quite a reputation among the Crusaders.
So he did. And we got kids swinging swords. That's not really the best idea, is it? This one's somewhat difficult to find because you have to go from here and then hold the circle button, I think. Do you have to hold the circle button? Oh no, you don't have to hold the circle button. Never mind. It's just really hard because even though it looks like you can get access to this from a different spot, you kind of can't. You need the circle button to get back up, but no, don't hold circle button when you're coming. This game hates me. It's another one of those times where the screen transitioned and you kept holding the same direction, but it decided to move you slightly off, which made you move toward the thing, so it made you jump back down. Really annoying. It looks like you should be able to get into this area from right here, but you can't. You have to go back even further. It's awkward anyway. Alright. Is it time to talk to you yet, or is that later? Can't let her guard down. It must be later. Alright, so the goal here is to talk to Commander Lucille.
It's been too long, Lady Yuna. I am Lucille, Commander of the Youth League forces.
It's good to see you.
Hiya!
Still doesn't know how to
I
wear
am glad
clothes
to
properly.
find you well. As you can see, I have joined the Youth League to aid in the fight for a new Spira. I consider it my duty. Maven Nuge, our leader, has been hoping for an audience with my lady for some time. Unfortunately, he is planning a mission of great import and will be occupied well into the night. I am terribly sorry, but I must ask that you return another day.
Oh, it's no trouble.
My apologies.
The Youth League's looking for spheres, too, right?
Yes, knowledge of the past is the key to the future, so says the Maven. It is with these words in mind that we seek the spheres of yore. The mission we are planning also revolves around a sphere, but I am sorry. I had best say no more. It is not a matter to be discussed openly.
No, I suppose not.
My apologies.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a Maven is. I should probably look that up.
There sure do seem to be a lot of weirdos around here.
The Youth League is a motley bunch. Some members certainly have, questionable pasts. Just the other day, a very valuable sphere was stolen almost as soon as we discovered it.
The Thief League?
No. Few here would go that far. Most of us are very devoted. We work hard with Maven Nuge towards our goal of building a new Spira. But the Maven insists that none be turned away, and so the occasional bad seed does slip through. Unfortunately. But I can think of nothing more heartening than were the Lady Yuna to join our cause. That would do the League much good.
I'm sure it would. Now, if you remember from Final Fantasy X Another Story, they were doing a lot of that. That's why we knew who Yaibel was, because he was trying to recruit Yuna.
I'm very sorry.
And that's all we can do then. And during that cutscene, I looked it up. The definition of Maven, though they've spelt it differently there, is one who is experienced or knowledgeable, otherwise known as an expert. That's according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary. But they spell Maven M-A-V-E-N instead of with the Y the way they do it in this game. I don't know. Anyway, once we've done that, we should have pretty much everything. We spoke to you twice.
I'm very sorry.
Don't need to talk to you again. This one. Press the X button.
Why, Lady Yuna, I believe it's been fully 2 years. This calls for a celebration.
Yes, it does.
Perhaps you'd like to hear a story.
And yes, I love your stories. Now, the thing is, when you look at the guides, they all say to put the controller down as soon as you talk to them, but you have to select by all means first before you put the controller down.
These past 2 years have been truly tumultuous.
Options will pop up.
With sin
Don't touch the controller.
defeated and the Evans'
Just sit back and
terrible
listen.
deception exposed for all to see, it is safe to say Spira was in a state of upheaval. But it is precisely times such as these that often inspire the greatest good. For you see, out of the chaos arose a desire to forge Spira anew. And from this noble desire was born a search for truth, championed by people called the Seekers. The Seekers sought out and attempted to set right Spira's history, long concealed and warped by the temples. They looked for lessons in that history, lessons to lead Spira into a new age. The Seekers scoured Spira for ancient spheres hidden in nooks and crannies over the ages. They studied the images recorded in those spheres, for they hoped to find within clues to the true nature of Spira's past. Over time, the search for spheres grew quite popular. Some even pursued it as a profession. They, of course, are the sphere hunters, the good, the bad, and the ugly. To be sure, the majority are interested only in the excitement and adventure of it all. But it is doubtful they comprehend the gravity of the search for truth. Very doubtful.
Doubtful?
Doubtful indeed. Where was I? The founder of the Seekers was a man by the name of Tremor. Before the fall of sin, Tremor had been a priest in the orders of Yevon.
Remember that name for later.
With the Seekers, he had the perfect means of revitalizing Spira, or so one would have thought. But then, just one short year ago, Tremor founded yet another organization, the New Yevon Party. It was all quite sudden. He took the many spheres collected by the Seekers and hoarded them all to himself. Naturally, this angered those who had hoped to use the spheres as a key to unlock Spira's past. What awoke in Tremor's heart that drove him to do this, none can say, save Tremor himself. I should very much like to ask him. But sadly, he has vanished. New Yevon would not release its spheres, yet surprisingly, a great number of people rallied to its cause. Their motto was, one thing at a time. It worked to great effect. It played on people's fears of the rapid changes sweeping over Spira. It gave them something to cling to. But there were others who still harbored ill will toward the name of Yevon. And the man who united them? It was none other than Nuge, the Maven, that is, leader of the Youth League. Nuge was a member of the Crusaders. He is a powerful man, once renowned for his fearlessness in battle. His interest in history led him to devote himself to the Seekers' cause. With them he worked to collect spheres, but in the end New Yevon would share them with no one. Repulsed by what New Yevon had done, Nuge gathered like-minded people and formed the Youth League. Drawing its support mainly from Spira's younger generation, the League soon matched New Yevon in size. As the organization grew, so did the responsibilities of its leader. I came here hoping to speak with Maven Nuge, but he is busy in meetings, and I was turned away at the door. Pity. Looking at all the young people gathered here to take part in the League's endeavors, I must say, I'm quite envious. So much energy, so much time. While I, on the other hand, have grown weary with the passing of many years. I travel Spira, gathering knowledge, only to have it slip my mind a moment later. Just between you and me, I don't even remember how old I am.
Funny.
Oh, might I ask you one small favor?
What is it?
I'd like to shake your hand, if it's not too much trouble. To touch just once the hand that defeated sin and saved all Spira.
Okay, now you can pick your controller back up. Make sure it was sitting there and you never touched any of those buttons. When given the option, shake his hand.
Thank you. Now this old scholar can go in peace.
Don't say that.
Your hand.
Is something wrong?
No, it is nothing. Lady Yuna, you have my thanks.
That was probably one of the most important dialogue sequences in the entire game. Now, do not talk to him again, because he'll start that whole spiel over again, and I don't know if you can cancel out of it. So, well, you can just say no, but I'm not sure if that screws up 100%. Don't talk to him again. You talked to him once, good enough, you shook his hand. We saw all the dialogue and all that stuff that was there. Good. There's no PR to do here, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, not only does he kind of explain what happened after Final Fantasy X ended, why Sphere Hunters are a thing, the start of the Youth League, the start of New Yevon. They also introduce a character named Trema, who will be important a lot later on, and actually gives him some kind of backstory, which is really nice. I won't, spoil, what purpose the character serves, but once we've done all of that, now I believe we head right back. Yeah, so now we can go back. I've decided, because of the nature of the 100% here, I'm not going to worry as much about the amount of time I spend in individual episodes, so the range will be anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes. I just want to make sure I finish up full quests in an episode, if at all possible. If it's going to take too long, like certain dungeon much later in the game, then yeah, it'll be split amongst different videos. But for the most part, I'm going to try and keep quests kind of isolated to a single video for easier searching for other people who are interested in trying to get just that little bit of information and aren't watching the whole LP. But yeah, we also gain a little bit more background on Maken there, and it'll be very interesting to see what we get out of that later. Now, before finishing things up, Crimson Report 1. We must go watch it here since we were not given the option to watch it in the field when we picked it up.
What a mess.
Oh. Well, he's dead. And so is that guy or those guys? Oh, those guys.
Let's see. Total survivors of the final Crimson Squad selection exercise: 0, zilch, and zipball. Job done.
You pinhead, did you even count?
I know those voices. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I am intrigued. More interested in what happened in the past than I am the main part of the quest there. Alright, before going forward, let's go down here, talk to Buddy, and we want to go back to Mushroom Rock Road. Do not forget to do this. Once you go back here, there should be... there he is. Glasgow, how is it going there, buddy?
That's it. Every time I try something new, I screw it up. I just don't know what I want to do with my life.
Don't we all?
I don't know where I belong. I've spent my whole life drifting from one failure to the next. But I can't keep doing this forever. I know that there's a place for everyone in this world, even someone as sad and pathetic as me. Lady Yuna, I want to find my place. Please, allow me to ride on your airship.
Again, that's funny. Again, always let people on when they want to.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll find my true calling. You'll see.
All right. So I believe that's everything. That should have given us 4.6%, and we can't compare that quite yet. But yeah, so we went from what I think we had 14% at the start, so we should have a little over 18%. And the next place I want to go should balance that out for us and should bring us up to a full percentage. So we have 18, hopefully 0.6 if I did everything right. So next time we'll be heading to Guado Salam. There's not a whole lot to do there, but it's a good idea to head there now since it doesn't take very long and it gives us 0.4%, which should build us up to that 19% threshold. But that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.